hold on. When there's objection, you gotta let us talk it out.
It's not an expert, can't give an interpretation, nor is that, what is required here. He can simply testify to what he ordered to, so I'd ask to strike that testimony as it relates to his interpretation.
Okay. No further redirect?
No further redirect.
Recross. Impressions after hearing that back and forth between Alex and his son.
Did I have any impression
Impression. Did you come to any conclusions about what was being discussed?
of their life?
Okay. And how did you interpret no, Dad?
I interpreted it as him saying no to the questions, not and frantic, no, like don't hurt me or something.
Move on. Let's take a roof.
Well, it's for about 5,000 other videos and they have the verbal or blah, and you guys have an house and before you know the door. I'm going to the gate and we can do it. I think it's like, so then I think it's about all kinds of bugs and I together.
Finally get people interested.
Sure.
I'm thinking about tomorrow.
Hey, Victoria.
Yeah, mannerisms.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
They're gonna be out there until the volume.
Have a seat, folks. Let's bring them in, fellas. Gentlemen, your appearances on the People versus Hackney.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. William Lawrence, P70481 for the people.
And good afternoon, Your Honor, to your staff, and please the honorable court, Mohammed Nafar, 74485.
I'm sorry. You're all right. He's all right, Mr. Nassar. He's all right.
Doesn't state your full name for the record.
Thank you. We ready, fellas?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. We asked for a mutual sequestration order. There's a lot of people in the courtroom, but it's family, going both ways.
All right, Mr. Nassar. All right, look around, fellows. Anybody in the room that shouldn't be?
No, not my judge.
We're satisfied? Let's call a witness.
Our first witness, and I believe our only witness for this examination, is Nicholas Norowski. We'll have 3 exhibits and a witness.
Mr. Lawrence, is it Morowski?
With an N,
Norowski.
like NERWSAI.
Gotcha. Thank you. Got that, Heather?
Yeah.
Sir, come on up front, please, all the way up. Would you raise your right hand for me? Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Watch your stuff on that ramp. Sit in that chair. Make yourself comfortable. When you're comfortable, state your full name for me.
Nicholas Michael Norowski.
Thank you, sir. Your witness, Mr. Lawrence.
All right, thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Mr. Norowski. Mr. Norowski, are you familiar with the street Hanover Place in Romulus, Michigan? Yes, sir. And how are you familiar with that street? I lived there for a couple years. And were you living there back in 2021? Yes, sir. Did you live in a particular house on that street? 14137 Hanover. Did you know an individual named Alex Hackney? Yes, sir. And how did you know Alex? Who's my neighbor? And where was his house in relationship to your house on Conover Place? If you're looking at the road from my house, it'd be on the right. So he's your next door neighbor? Yes, sir. And if you're standing on your porch, is he your neighbor, next door neighbor on your right or your left? Looking onto the road, yeah. Okay. All right, on April 21st, 2021, were you home that day? Yes, sir. Had you been doing anything that day? I was working when I got home from work that day. Approximately what time did you get home that day? Around lunchtime. And who was staying at your house at this time? My fiance and my son. So the three of you were living in the house? Was your fiance and your son home on April 21st, 2021 when you got off work around lunchtime? Yes. And how old was your son at that time? 3. All right, 3 or 4 years old? 3 years ago? Yeah. When did you, when you got home from work, did you enter into your house? Yes, sir. Once inside your house, was there anything that got your attention? A loud banging noise. Yeah, and could you tell where that loud banging noise was coming from? Yeah, next door. And when you say next door, whose house? Alice's house. And upon hearing that noise, what did you do? Went to my window. What window are we talking about? My bedroom window. And where in your house is that bedroom and that bedroom window? Right next to the house, right next to the house. Is it toward, so it's on Alex's side? Yeah. Is it toward the front or the back of your house? The front. And which direction does the window you were looking at face? The street. Can you see Alex's house? Yeah, the front of the house. Can you see Alex? Does Alex have a front yard? Yep. Could you see that front yard? Yes. Does Alex have a driveway? Yes. Could you see the driveway? Yes. And you said you could also see the street? Yes. Could you see the back of Alex's house from that window? Okay. Does Alex have, did he have a garage? Yes. And could you see that garage from that vantage point at your bedroom window? No. All right, so upon going to your window, what, if anything, did you see? I seen Alex grabbing Devin out of the car. Can you describe this car? But it was a Istra.
Louder. It was a what? Louder. Thank you.
And you said that you saw Alex grabbing Devin out of the car? Yes. What side of the car was he grabbing Devin from? The driver's side. And where is this car parked? Roughly closer to the road than it was pulled out in the driveway. In the driveway, closer to the road than the house? Do you hear anything? Arguing. And is it one individual or both of them arguing? Both of them. Was their voices raised? Yes. At this time, do you see any additional physical contact between Alex or his son Devin? No, sir. And where is this argument taking place? Right next to the dog. In the front yard area? Yes. Was there anybody else that you saw that was involved, or just Alex and Devin? Just Alex. Did you could you see into the vehicle that was parked, the car? Yes. Was there anybody else inside that car? Not really. Was there any other vehicles parked in this driveway? Truck. That was the truck, I believe. And do you know where in the driveway that truck was parked? Pulled up more, like next to the side of the house. Closer to the garage than the street? Yes. Does the argument continue? Yes, sir. Do you ever leave this window, this bedroom area, bedroom window that you're looking out and observing all of this from?
For a second to tell my fiance what was going on.
And then after, did you tell her what was going on?
Yes, sir.
And did you return to the window?
Yes, sir.
All right, when you return, to the window, what do you see next?
They continued to argue for a little while, and then they ended up splitting up. Alex walked down the road, got everyone inside.
Okay, you said Devin went inside, where, inside what?
The house.
And, do you know, was Devin living there at that time?
Wasn't entirely sure. I didn't see him very much there.
You understood this to be Alex's house, Devin's father.
Yes,
That's your next door neighbor.
yes, sir.
Okay, so you said Devin went into the house, and where did Alex go?
We walked into the park down the end of the road, and we walked to the end of the street and stood there. A couple minutes.
And you observed him during this time?
Yes, sir.
After a couple minutes, what do you see Alex do next?
He walked back to the house and walked to the back of the house.
Was Alex saying anything at that time?
Not when he was walking to the back.
When he got to the back of his house, could you still see him from your bedroom window?
Yes,
But could you hear him at that time?
yes, sir.
Did you hear Devin, at that time?
Yes, sir.
And could you tell if Devin's voice was outside or inside his house?
It sounded like it was outside. It was pretty.
Did it sound like he was in the same area that Alex was?
Yes,
And you could hear Alex's voice as well?
yes, sir.
Could you hear what they were saying?
Parts.
Would you consider, you've testified that they've been arguing, was it still an argument?
Yeah, I would say so.
What's that?
I would say so, yes.
Both people talking,
Yes, sir.
back and forth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happens next?
They started talking, or arguing about their life. Question, I guess.
They're arguing in the backyard, or toward the back of the house anyways. Does there come a point in time where you see them?
Yeah, after the argument, like their dad needs to side a little bit, and they walk back towards the front of the house.
Okay, can you specifically tell Judge Oakley what you mean by they then walk back to the front of the house? Like, who walks? Are they walking together or?
Devin's walking backwards towards the front of the road, and Alex is walking facing him.
Are they close to each other?
Yes.
Are they running at all?
No.
Do you see, do either of them have their hands raised?
Not when they were walking back.
Did you, how would you describe Alex as he's walking to the judge?
Pretty calm demeanor at first. As it was going in.
What about Devin? How would you describe his demeanor as he's walking?
They were all pretty calm walking as they were towards the road.
Did you see at this time any weapon, in Alex's hands, first of all?
No, sir.
Did you see any weapon, on Devin at this time?
I did not see it until he produced the guns.
So as they're walking up the driveway toward the street, and you're able to see them clearly at your window now? And do you see a weapon in any kind of weapon on the person of Alex Hackney?
No,
Do you hear any threats of any kind at that time?
no, sir.
All right, so what happens next?
They stopped right about midpoint, using the shark in the car, and Devin produced the pistol and pointed at him. And at that point, I ran to the front of the house and out my door. And that's when I seen him shooting 3 times.
And where was Devin's dad, Alex, when Devin shot him 3 times?
I was standing right in front of him.
And when you say that you saw the actual shooting from your front porch, first of all, can you describe the front porch to the court?
It's an open porch. There was no canopy or anything.
And so if you're looking at the area where Alex and Devin were, and you're on your porch, which direction are you looking? And how long would you say it took you to get from your bedroom window to the front porch?
5 seconds. Right.
And so the actual shooting you saw from the front porch.
Yeah.
How close were you to Devin and Alex when you saw Devin shoot Alex?
Roughly 10 feet, 15 feet.
And was there anything obscuring your view at all?
No.
At the time of the shooting, did you, before or upon getting shot, did you hear Alex say anything?
Not when they were up towards the front of the house.
When's the last time you had heard him say something?
When they were in the back.
At the time of the shooting, did you hear Devin say anything?
Not at the time of the shooting.
When's the last time you had heard him say something?
Towards the back of the house.
When Alex was shot, you said 3 times, did he fall to the ground?
Yes, sir.
How did he fall to the ground?
Just straight back.
And he landed on his back?
Yep.
What did you do at that exact moment?
When I seen shooting,
Yeah,
I ran inside the hallway to call my fiance to call the house.
and, what did you do after you told your fiance to call the cops?
I ran over to Alex's body.
Did you see Devin outside?
Right after, right before, remember as we were doing the shooting, then he went inside.
Did you see Devin approach his dad?
Yeah, he stood over him and gave him a grin.
What do you mean by grin?
Just a,
And when you say stood over him, stood over what part of his dad?
his head.
And when did you see that? Was that before or after you ran into the house to tell your wife to call 911?
Before.
Okay. And so you see that, then you went into the house,
Yes.
then you said you went back outside,
Yeah, so the shot my house.
and how would you did you go over to his body?
Yeah.
Was there anybody else outside at that time?
There was a car driver coming out the road.
But as far as at the body of Alex, was there anybody besides you? And you said Devin had gone inside?
Yes.
Was Alex still alive when you were there?
Yeah, his eyes were.
You mentioned a car coming down the road. Did you do anything in relationship with that vehicle?
Just yelled at them to call the house as well, and pretty sure she gave me her phone at that time. After phone.
Did you have your cell phone on you?
I didn't.
And why was that?
It was shocking.
Did police respond to the scene?
Yes,
About how long did it take following the shooting the police to get there?
roughly 5 minutes.
Did you see the police arrive?
Yes,
And where were you at when you saw the police arrive?
I was standing in front of her.
And did you see Devin come out of the house?
Yes,
Did he have anything with him?
his cell phone.
And what happened when he came out of the house?
The cops told him to get down. He got down. Got put in cuffs.
Did the police officer speak with you at the scene?
Yes,
Did you also go to the police station for a report?
yes, sir.
Did you have any cameras, any surveillance cameras at your house?
No, sir.
At any point in time during any of this, did you see Alex throw a punch at Devin?
I did not,
Other than when they got out of the car, did you see any physicality between Alex and Devin? Any laying of the hands on each other?
not like all besides, pulling him out of the car, trying to pull him out of the car.
About how long are we talking from their arrival? So you hear like a noise and that gets your attention. From Alex and Devin's arrival and through the shooting, how long was that about?
15 minutes.
Do you see Devin Hackney in the courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Or can you just point to him and describe what he's wearing?
Stipulate that.
Thank you for the stipulation.
One more time. Oh, did Alex appear intoxicated? Do you see any evidence of intoxication?
Judge, I would ask for a foundation. He's not an expert in sobriety or anything else.
Response, Mr. Lawrence.
That's fine, Judge. All right, and while you were over the body of Alex and you said I think you still saw some eye movement. Again, was there a weapon of any kind with him?
Objection, asked and answered, Judge.
Any response? No response? Mr. Lawrence?
I think I had asked that before, Judge. Judge, I don't have any further questions for Mr. Morowski. I'll turn it over for cross.
Thank you. Cross, Mr. Nasser.
Please, court.
Come on up.
Mr. Ronsky, how you doing today? Good, how about you, sir? Very well, sir. Mr. Ronsky, I'm gonna ask you some questions. If you don't understand, please let me know and I'll try to rephrase it in a way that you can understand. Is that fair?
Yes.
Sometimes I talk a little bit fast. If I talk fast, please let me know, right? Now, Mr. Ronsky, you've had the opportunity to testify previously in this particular matter, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you were testifying previously, you were being truthful and honest, obviously as you are today, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've had the opportunity to provide multiple statements to the police, agreed?
Want to say anything?
Yeah, you provided a statement at the scene, correct?
Yes, sir.
You provided a statement at the actual police department, correct?
Yeah.
When you went down to the Romulus Police Department, you met with them and you offered a statement, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at some period of time, you spoke to an investigator, agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you've offered various different statements. Is that a fair statement?
What's that?
You've offered at least 3 statements, agreed?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's,
including social media posts that you have, right?
one social media, I'll say it.
Ultimately, you took that social media post down, right?
I'll say it.
Okay, who asked you to do it?
Honestly, I don't remember, probably someone could do it.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so let's start with this. It's April 21st, 2021, right?
Yes, sir.
You testified to the questioning of the fine prosecutor that at some period of time around 11:30 or so, you arrived home, right?
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, you arrived home, right? So you came home early.
Yes, sir.
Okay, upon entering your house, you went upstairs, right?
I'll say it.
I'm sorry, upon entering your house, did you eventually, I'm sorry?
I didn't have it.
Oh, my apologies. So you entered into the living room or bedroom or whatever it is.
Okay.
Okay, and you are there with your minor child and your fiance, correct? All right, now, as you said, you're in your bedroom when you hear some type of fracas or commotion, correct?
Yes,
Now, the bedroom to this house is a window that faces forward, correct?
yes, sir.
Are there windows to the side of your house that also view to Mr. Hackney's home?
We had a big bay window in the living room.
Okay, but you weren't in the living room, you're in the bedroom, right? So there's a front window that looks straight forward to the street, correct?
Yes.
There's not side windows that are appearing at this particular house, correct? If you are looking at the house, you are looking to the right or left. If you're looking at Mr. Hackney's house outside of this window, in order to view Mr. Hackney's house, are you looking to the right or to the
I'm
left?
looking at both of our houses.
If you're inside, you said you're
Inside, yeah, looking out to the road.
Yes. to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking to the right, that means if you're looking at people that are standing so you said that Devin Hackney was backing up himself, correct?
Yes, sir.
So that means you are looking, if you're looking to your right, that means you're looking at his left, correct? Devin Hackney's left,
Yeah,
Right.
or just, be looking at the right side of his body as well.
okay? And at some period of time, it's your testimony here today that you heard a loud bang, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and when you look out, was your window open or closed at this time?
It was close, but I opened it up immediately.
Okay, because you heard a loud bang, and you were, is that correct?
Yeah.
And you were curious as to what was going on, right? You can't testify as to when these two individuals arrived, because you only hear a bang, which brings your attention to these two individuals, right?
What is your question?
Here's the question, you got home, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see, Devin Hackney or his father, Alex Hackney, at the time when you arrived, correct?
I honestly don't know.
Okay,
Been there before, so I didn't really.
You don't remember?
Right.
so, sorry, forgive me, so did you see them or not?
Yeah.
I thought it was the parent that brought your attention to them.
I guess I'm not understanding.
Okay. You're in the bedroom.
Right.
Your testimony here today is you hear about that, right? Which brings your attention to Alex Hackney and who you know to be his son,
Yeah.
Devin Hackney, correct? You arrived home around 11:30. Correct?
Right.
You didn't see, and nor does any of your statements indicate that you saw these individuals upon arrival, correct?
I mean, like I said, I would be driving down the road, you don't really notice everything.
Okay, so it's fair to say you didn't see them upon arrival. It's something that brought your attention to that, right?
That more out of the car.
Okay, but you said you heard a bang.
Right.
Okay, so you hear a bang. Is that bang associated with somebody driving up the road?
I don't know.
Okay,
I heard a bang come from my neighbors,
okay. And you looked out your window to the left, right?
so the right.
You looked out to your right from inside of the bedroom, from inside of the bedroom. So you look out to your right,
That's right.
and that's when you see, you see them standing at the car, but you don't know when that vehicle arrived, do you?
Guess not.
Okay, that's fair. So what you do see is Alex Hackney grabbing Devin out of the vehicle, correct?
Not hitting, yeah, he was trying to pull him out of the car, yeah.
Okay, there's nothing trying. You saw him pulling him out of the car, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that and you hear elevated voices, right?
Yes.
So certainly it's not a pleasant conversation, agreed? You are at a window, your house is what, 15 feet away? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
So 15 feet away from a window inside of a house, you're able to hear a loud bang and you're able to hear people arguing and a father pulling his son out of the vehicle, right?
Yes.
Okay. You testified you don't know whether or not this young man, Devin Hackney, resides at this home. Is that a fair statement?
That's what I said.
But you've seen him there before, agreed?
Yes.
Okay. However, you have known Alex Hackney for an extended period of time, right? He's a, is
Is that a yes?
that yes? Is he a friend of yours?
I wouldn't consider him a friend anymore, of just a neighbor.
But you
We
testified.
can go out and have drinks together, if that's what you're asking.
Understood, but you testified at the preliminary examination previously, when you said that he's done a lot of things for you, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a neighbor would.
Okay,
Again, I wouldn't consider him a friend, I guess. Friends go out and do stuff together.
that's fair. So, but you did know Alex Hackney to be trained in martial arts, did you know that?
I didn't.
Okay, when you saw, how many times had you had any face-to-face interaction, when I say face-to-face interaction, you and him in close proximity talking to one another, how many times had that happened prior to this incident?
Handful of times.
Handful of times, and when you saw Alex Hackney, did you see him with a hand knife or pocket knife?
Alex? No.
Yes. You never did?
No.
Okay. And you're sure about that? Okay,
I mean, every grown man, for the most part, carries a pocket.
really? Do you carry a pocket knife?
I do, I work at all. I always have my pocket knife on me, because sometimes I don't put it in my bag. Got another one extra in my car, so.
Right. Then it's a form of protection, something that can be used, right?
Protection, but one of the wood if you want, whatever.
Okay, so it's a common thing to carry a pocket knife in this area, right?
Most strong in here.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's talk about this particular incident. You hear, it's not hear, you not only hear, but you see Alex pull Devin out of the car, right? Is that right? At that period of time, there's argument back and forth, right?
Yes.
Okay. And predicated upon this particular argument, you continue to observe what's going on, right?
Yes.
You are concerned that possibly something could happen because people are yelling, right?
Yes.
And it's loud enough for it to be heard at your house.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so it's your testimony that an argument ensues for a period of time. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And at that period, following this argument, ultimately, my client, Devin, goes into the house
Yes, sir.
and you see, Mr. Hackney, Alex Hackney, walk off the driveway and walk towards the park, right?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember testifying about, okay, how long, scratch that, how long does he walk towards the park?
It's roughly a couple of minutes.
Okay. And then at some period of time, he returns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and when he returns, you see him walk up the driveway,
Yes, sir.
and you hear a loud yelling from Mr. Alex Hackney outside of the house, right?
When they were in the back, I didn't notice, I didn't see him shouting.
But you heard it,
Yes,
and you heard Alex Hackney's voice, right?
yes, sir.
You've talked to him enough to know his voice, agree?
Yes, sir.
Devin Hackney is somebody you don't know very well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when they're in the back, what you hear is this. And what you told the police officer was, this is all I have right now. I have nothing in life. Forgive me, Judge, fuck this. I took care of you. I gave you 3 cars. I've given you everything. Your mom has never done anything for you. Then Devin kept saying, no dad, no dad, no dad. Nicholas then heard Alex saying repeatedly, if you're a big man, do it. If you're a big man, do it. Did you tell that to the police?
Yes, sir.
You heard that in the block.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously that is not just a simple conversation of somebody saying hi, bye, whatever it is, correct? You infer that to be an aggressive conversation. You're a big man, do it, right?
Yeah.
That's not something you say to your son if you're saying, hey buddy, let's go get a drink, right? Okay, so that gave you heightened alert that something could happen, right? And you would agree that this particular conversation is taking place out of your purview. You can't see it, but you can hear it,
Right.
right? Right?
Right.
Okay, so you don't know if there's any weapons shown, you don't know if there's anything else, you don't know anything because you can just hear, right?
Right.
And you're hearing his dad say, and when I say his dad, Alex, if you're a big man, do it. You hear that, right?
Right.
You also hear him say, I've given you everything, right?
Right.
Okay, so then the next thing you see is Devin Hackney backing away from this area that you can't see, right?
Right.
And you see Alex Hackney walking towards him, correct?
Right.
Okay, and so you can interpret that, or you did interpret it as somebody backing away and retreating. Is that a fair statement?
Right.
Okay, and you see the person who's following or coming towards his direction as someone, well, scratch that. Alex is following Devin. He's walking towards him as Devin is walking backwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's your testimony here today that you didn't hear any other conversation, right?
Right.
Okay, at some period of time, you see a gun that's drawn. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when you see the gun that's drawn, again, you're looking to your right, right? All right, so you're looking to the right, you see someone with their right hand then, right?
Right.
And you see Devin holding the gun with his right hand or the left, or do you recall?
To the left.
The left, okay. He's holding it with the left, and then when you see this, you say something to your fiance, wife, maybe now, but you say something to your fiance, correct? Michelle, is it, or?
Megan.
Megan, my apologies. You say something to Megan, and you tell her there's some shit going down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you run from this particular location to the outside or to the porch of your home, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you estimate that takes about 5 seconds. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Because you ran quick, it's not the biggest house, whatever. But that's your best estimate, right? Could have been 7 seconds, right? Could have been 10 seconds.
More than 10 seconds.
No more than 10 seconds, fair. So there's a period of time that you don't hear anything being said between Devin and his dad, right?
For that 10 seconds.
For that 10 seconds, you don't know what was said, right? So you can't testify to what was said or what was done during the 5 to 10 second period of time. Agree? Okay, and at that period of time, it's your testimony that you see my client, Devin Hackney, take his gun and shoot. Agree? Okay, and he fires how many shots?
3 I want, is what I believe.
And you're saying the proximity between, Judge, may I apologize. The proximity between Devin and his father is, okay, so can we agree this is about 4 feet?
Yeah.
3 feet, 4 feet? Forgive me, I don't mean to intrude on your space. So they're very close to one another, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, close enough for Alex Hackney to grab his son, correct?
Yeah.
close enough to grab him that like he had done when he pulled him out of the car, correct? Okay, and then you hear boom, 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 3 shots.
Yes.
It's your testimony at that period of time, you run back to your house to tell your fiance, Megan.
I just run back, I just turned around on the back side.
Was Megan outside of the house at the time?
No, she was, and she had taken Cassie into the kitchen because she didn't know what was going on.
Okay. And it's your testimony here today, at that period of time, Devin then proceeds into the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you watch this?
Yes.
Okay, and there's a passerby that comes by and, you take their phone, so there's at least 2 people that are calling 911, right?
Yes.
You don't know what's going on in Devin's house, but he was, when Devin entered his house, did he open the door? He clearly opened the door, right? Did he close the door behind him?
That I don't.
You're not paying attention?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're shocked, you haven't seen somebody shot before, have you? Okay, you're seeing this live in front of you, within feet of yourself, correct? Okay, and then you yourself spoke to the 911 operator through the phone of the driver by, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it said that the fine police department, EMS, whatever have you, arrived within 5 minutes, quick, right? And at some period of time, you also saw Alex Hackney's eyes moving, correct?
Yes.
Were you trying to talk to her?
Right after we went inside, I ran in there. We're going to told Megan to call the police again, and then ran over there to try to see what was going on with Alex.
And at that period of time, your primary focus is just looking at Alex, correct?
Yes.
Until the police arrive. At some period of time, the police take over and remove is a strong term, ask you to remove yourself from the scene, agreed? You also testify that you saw my client be coming out of the house, correct?
Yes.
And at that time, he had a phone in his hand, correct? And the police started yelling at him to, get down on the ground and do whatever happened, correct?
Yes.
And from what you saw, he certainly complied with what they were saying, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
From my knowledge, that's what I found out, he went in there and called the cops and himself as well.
Okay, that's fair. Certainly, when this is happening, you're very close, right? Is that right?
Yes.
So when, when Devin is coming out of the house, how close are you to him when he's coming out?
At that moment, I'm standing about like midway in my grass. He's on their porch, so probably, 20 feet.
As far as I am to you?
No, I would not say that's 20 feet.
Further or closer?
Yeah, for probably.
Pick a point in the courtroom where the officers are at.
Okay,
Note for the record, from my bench to the back wall is 38 feet.
38, okay, so some distance, correct?
Yeah.
Did you see that Devin's nose was bleeding?
I did not,
Okay, did you notice that he was scratched all over himself?
did not.
Okay. You testified that this entire incident took about 15 minutes from when you first hear the first bang until you see the shooting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You do remember making a statement to the police on 4/21/2021, which was the date of the incident, correct?
Yes, sir.
You do recall stating that they argued for about 20 minutes back and forth, and then I walked out my front door to look at Alex's son was pointing a pistol at him, right? So, 15, 20 minutes, it's hard to say because it was happened so quick, correct? When you heard the yelling in the back, did you advise Megan of, what you heard?
I didn't tell her like what was being said, but I told her that they were arguing out there.
They're arguing in the back, and you told her because you thought it was something that was significant, right?
Yeah.
And again, this is something that's out of your purview, brief, just what you hear.
Yes.
Right, one moment. Now, previously when you testified, and when I say previously, the previous preliminary examination, you testified that you smoked weed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we have medical marijuana card or whatever it is, not that that's necessary, I can scratch that. Okay, on this particular day, were you smoking weed?
No, I was not.
Okay, and you smoked weed the night before?
I can't tell that I recall that.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity? No, scratch that, one moment.
Alright, so.
No further questions.
Redirect.
Very good, Judge. Uh, Mr. Dorowski, when you were interviewed by the police, do you recall creating a little sketch as part of your interview?
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Mr. Barnes, we stipulated the function.
Okay,
Does that help?
it's exhibit 2.
That's fine.
Let me have you have a copy of it in your honor as well. Explain the sketch to the court so the court gets a good idea as to the layout and where your bedroom window was.
Well, I probably should have gone the house like this one, or I guess it's. What are you guys?
This is, first of all, is this the sketch that you
Yes.
you drew?
Yeah.
And it depicts very, very simply where your house was, Alex's house, and then where Devin and Alex were at the time of the shooting.
Right.
And so the bedroom window that you're talking about, looking out, your bedroom window,
Yes.
does it face to the street or sharply to the toward Alex's house?
Toward the street, but you could see the driveway on it as well.
And is that because is your house set back certain, like how long is it from the street to your house? But everything that you've testified to this court about seeing out that window.
Yeah.
That's the one window in your bedroom and you're capable of seeing
Yeah.
that much. The driveway of Alex's house, the front yard of Alex's house, the front of Alex's house. Okay. All right, so exhibit 2. Now I just wanted to ask you about two final things based on cross-examination. On cross-examination, when you were being asked about the conversation that was, or the argument that was happening in the back of the house between Alex and Devin that you couldn't see but you could hear, do you recall those questions?
Yes.
And there was a specific quote that was read to you on cross-examination, purporting to be something that you said. Alex was saying, I have nothing in life, fuck this, I took care of you, I gave you 3 cars, I've given you everything, your mom's done nothing for you. You recall this statement that you had made that was read back to you basically by defense counsel? And then it says, your mom has never done anything for you. Devin kept saying, no dad, no dad, no dad. Okay. Can you explain to the court what is in the context of which you heard it? What do you mean by no dad, no dad, no dad? Is it?
He was just referring.
But Judge, you're asking this individual to interpret what was said by an individual that is a decedent. At the end of the day, this court can draw its own inference from what was said. This fine witness can testify to what he heard. You can't extrapolate as to what it meant. I mean,
Hold on.
yeah. He said that he's not even friends with this guy.
I'm assuming that's a speculation objection. Response.
Yeah, I'm not asking this witness to say what was meant by it, but in the context of this argument that he hears, was no dad in response to a question, a series of questions? What kind of questions? What was he
Okay,
answering?
hold on.
Because the way defense counsel characterized it is another way that a human being could look at that ink on paper and say, no dad, no dad, no dad. So I'm trying to distinguish that type of a.
Let's try this way.
Yeah.
Did you have any impressions after hearing that back and forth between Alex and his son?
Did I have any impression?
Impression. Did you come to any conclusions about what was being discussed?
Just their life.
Okay. And how did you interpret no dad?
I interpreted it as him saying no to the questions, not and frantic, no, like don't hurt me or something.
Move on.
The other quote that was brought up on cross-examination is in the back of the house, you heard Alex say, if you're a big man, do it.
Yes,
Did he say that more than once?
yes,
Do you know could you see anything at the time that you heard that?
no,
So do you have any ability to assist the court on what was going on back there at the time of if you're a big man, do it? Or you heard those words and you don't know what it was about?
I mean, in my experience, if someone says that it's.
Objection.
Hold on. When there's objection, you gotta let us talk it out.
He's not an expert, can't give an interpretation, nor is that, what is required here. He can simply testify to what he ordered, so I'd ask to strike that testimony as it relates to his interpretation.
And yours, okay. No further redirect,
No further reason.
recross.
Mr. Narowski, let's go back to that, just for clarity's sake, and, I apologize, I don't mean to. Dead horse. You hear this elevated talk, yelling in the back of this particular house, correct? It is, yes?
Yes,
It is uncontested that you can't see these particular individuals, right?
yes,
So they're at a distance far greater than the distance where you observe these particular individuals, right?
from the, yes,
And it's clear that both of us are bad with distances, because if that's 38 feet, we thought it was 15, right?
yes,
Yeah, so let me ask you this, the driveway of the Hackney's property, is it a long driveway, short driveway?
not too long. no.
Okay, at the end of this particular driveway, there's a garage, correct?
Yes,
Okay, is there an entry to this house at the rear of this particular, on this driveway of path?
yes,
Okay, so you don't know exactly where these individuals are standing, agree?
no, sir,
You have no idea because it's only something that you hear.
right,
Could have been 20 feet, could have been 100 feet, you don't know, right?
definitely wasn't 100 feet.
Okay, there's a backyard there too, right?
Right,
Okay,
we don't have very big backyards where we live.
okay, but there is a backyard, right?
Right,
Okay, so these individuals could have been speaking at any point within the rear of this house, and you couldn't tell because you can't see them, you can't see through a house, right?
right,
Okay, so you hear this conversation, right? You hear when Alex is saying these things, you're a big man and all this other stuff. I have nothing to live for, all this other stuff. He says, fuck this. When he says that, it's not a common polite term, it's loud, right?
right,
Okay, and then you hear, no dad, no dad, no dad, no, right?
right,
The 3 times. And upon hearing no dad, no dad, no dad, no, that's when you see Devin Hackney appear, correct?
not immediately, no.
Okay, how quick was it?
They probably argued for another minute before they started walking back, but it wasn't like you saying, no, dad, no, dad, no, walking back.
Okay, so 60 seconds, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you don't know if this individual was backing up this entire period of time.
Can I also say that?
No, no.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer the question. The question is, you don't know how far Devin Hackney is backing up, correct? You do, is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
So when you do see him, he's in the reverse section, correct?
Correct.
Backing up,
Yeah.
okay. Have you been in an argument with a person before?
With
Objection,
person?
relevance.
Okay, I'll scratch that, okay. You see an individual again backing up, right?
Correct.
And you're not hearing any conversation at this particular time when you see Devin, correct?
They weren't talking about that.
They weren't talking anymore, right? It appeared that the conversation was done, right? Okay. And then you see Devin first, right?
Right.
And then how much after you see Devin do you see Alex Hackney?
You already came close to me and I told you that they were walking like this, so.
Okay, so the entire from
Almost immediately,
Almost-
obviously, I'm gonna see Devin first, coming out of the back.
no, that's fair, and forgive me, I just wanted some clarity, I was wondering if you got closer at some period of time, the pace appeared to be the same the entire time you saw, it, right?
Right.
No further questions, thanks.
You can step down, watch your step on the ramp. Thank you for your time.
And this witness is excused, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Um. The there's an exhibit, Judge, that we're gonna be moving to admit exhibit number 1, which is the post-mortem report.
Judge, we stipulated both.
Thank you. Exhibit 1 and 2 will be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. And this is just to place on the record, the post-mortem report performed on Alex Hackney on April 22nd, 2021. Cause of death, multiple gunshot wounds, manner of death, homicide. There were 3 gunshot wounds, 2 to the left chest and 1 to the left shoulder. Also, just noting for the record that the medical examiner noted, Alex Hackney to be 41 years old. His body measured 5 feet 8 inches and 171 pounds. And then finally, included in this exhibit is the toxicology. And the toxicology shows a blood alcohol concentration of 0.220 for Mr. Hack. Court wishes okay. Publish that. And then our third exhibit,
Thank you.
which is also stipulated to, is the 911 call placed by Devin Hackney. And so we root for that admission, and I played it this time. It's 5 minutes long.
And Judge, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for the stipulation. That'll be admitted as 3. Play it when you're ready. You got to get it louder than that if you want me to hear it. I can't hear this. I don't know if you're picking it up. Are you picking it up?
The voice picks up so much that it doesn't. Rewind.
Starting over now. Heather says it comes okay. Okay.
This intense courtroom testimony reveals the chilling moments leading up to a deadly confrontation between a father and son. An eyewitness describes how a normal afternoon suddenly turned violent, starting with a loud disturbance, escalating into a heated argument, and ending in a shocking shooting right outside a home. According to testimony, the situation unfolded over 15 to 20 minutes, giving multiple chances for things to calm down, but instead, emotions escalated. The witness recalls hearing the father shouting phrases like, "If you're a big man, do it," while the son repeatedly responded, "No, Dad," a moment that adds disturbing context to what followed. The most dramatic moment comes when the witness describes seeing the son pull out a gun and fire multiple shots at close range, causing the father to fall immediately. Even more shocking, after the shooting, the witness claims the son stood over his father before leaving the scene, while bystanders rushed to call 911. Police arrived within minutes and took control of the situation. The case raises serious questions. Was this self-defense or something more calculated? Watch the full courtroom breakdown and decide for yourself. Like and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.